OK， 好，大家晚安。那今天是沙发客来上课线上课第一次有意大利的老师，那他是来自意大利的陆意佶，那他们全家来到台湾一段时间，因为他现在在台湾工作。相信大家如果有读介绍的，我有看到。那他今天要跟大家分享他来到台湾之后所感受到的台湾跟意大利之间的一些像跟不像的地方，然后也介绍意大利给我们认识。那现在请大家把镜头麦克风打开，跟老师 say
hello。Hello。Hello。Hello。
Hello.
Good evening. Hey, 好。
Okay, so welcome.
Thank you. 你好，你们。我叫 Luigi， 我是意大利人 ，and my mother is over. My ability is over. I thank you, Sunny, for the invitation, and I'm very honored to meet all of you. And so I prepared a little presentation just to help me and introduce a little bit of myself and where I am from, and I try to share now. Let's see if it works. Hope it works also, the presentation mode. Just tell me if it does not work. And I provide this thing about Italy and Taiwan. They are so far, but actually they are not too far. And why is that? First of all, who am I? I am a government civil servant. I work for the Italian trade agency. And I arrived in Taiwan. I have already participated in a few things because what I do is to help Italian companies to get in contact with Taiwanese companies and help Taiwanese people and businesses to know more about Italy, to know more about Italian products, to meet with other business and do business. Also help Taiwanese companies that want to invest and look for opportunities in Italy to go there. So you see, these are a few pictures that I took here since I have arrived in Taiwan, and I've done a few things. I participated in a few events that have been very interesting, from culture, fashion, Taiwanese fashion, and also investment opportunities. And where I come from Italy, as you know, and this is my birthplace, Castellammare di Stabia. It's a difficult name. But the area is around Napoli. Maybe you have heard of Napoli. Most certainly, maybe you have heard of the island of Capri, which is just in front of where I am from, and south of Italy. And there are many things in common with Taiwan. You will see. This is a picture of my hometown, and it's taken from the mountain, and it's. This volcano that you see there is Mount Vesuvius, and yes, well, it's a coastal town and full of trees. But you see also many houses. It's very crowded. It's a very crowded area. And I arrived, as I said, in Taiwan just in August, so it's almost maybe 4 months now. I have enjoyed it very much, because I noticed a few things in common between my home place and Taiwan in general. And I will say maybe we do a little game here, because, for instance, food, maybe I cannot tell. It was this a pizza made in Italy. Okay, or it was made in Taiwan. Maybe this one was. Okay, I don't know. You can tell which one was made in Taiwan and which one was in Italy. The first is very similar. I was very shocked. The how they look alike and how they taste like. So I was very impressed. And I'll show you another thing. Now, this is a very classical Italian food. And something that we eat in Castellammare very, very, very often. But actually, this is Taiwanese. Oh, maybe this is Taiwanese. Okay, one was from Italy and one from Taiwan. Yeah, I cannot tell the difference. My family cannot tell the difference. So this is another thing that I was very surprised to find here. Very, very familiar for me. And also this a classical Italian tradition, a pizza maker, an oven on a car. But I found this in the canteen. Well, I went with my family. We were for vacation in canteen to go to the beach, and we actually found many pizza places along the street. They were doing pizza, just like in the United States. It's a very passion. So pizzas. The first pizza I showed you was from Taipei, an actual restaurant. But I was very surprised that they have pizza makers on the street. Kind of a very great passion for Taiwanese people for Italian tradition and food, and I was very, very happy to find it, and I felt like I was at home. And also this little walk. You go on a walk on the seaside, and maybe you know where this place is, but it's very similar to where I was used to walk when I was a kid, and since a few months ago, this is actually Castellammare, my hometown, and this was the Danshui. I felt very much like being at home. Actually, my daughter, at the first she was confused which one was which when I showed her the pictures, so she got confused too. So it's very familiar. Just want to give you this idea that it's very familiar for me to be here in some places. And also beautiful landscape that I've seen here. I'll show you also this. Oh, this is beautiful. And this is Taiwan, of course. But this it looks like the same place almost. But this was a Sorrento coast. This is Meta. And this too. This was Castellammare. And I felt very, very, very similar landscape. You see the mountain going to the sea, all about the trees and the beautiful sea. And this one too. This one is from Italy. And this one is from Taiwan. No, I'm joking. It's the reverse. This one, you see, that's the island of Capri. And this was another place around the coast of Italy. And this one actually was on the coast of Taiwan and the south coast. And yes. And then I wanted to tell you, just I will give you this feeling that I have had since I have arrived, very much familiar. And one thing I did not mention was the people. Very, very nice people I have met, and I felt like at home. Very, very, very warm, very, very welcomed on their part. And I want to share, maybe you know already this story, but I want to share with you because it's very important for me and for the tradition from where I am from. Very answer because we were very, how do you say, immersed in this story and this historical event. And you see this mountain Vesuvius, very nice, very beautiful to see today. But 2,000 years ago, about 2,000 years ago, it went, it exploded. A very, very eruption, very, very famous eruption of Vesuvius in 79 DC. And it covered the city of Pompeii, which is actually near Castellammare, and also all the area of my hometown. At the time, there was no actual a big city, just a few houses, and it covered everything. And then we were able to find all the ruins that were covered and preserved for centuries. And it's a beautiful, beautiful ruin to visit, a very historical place, maybe someone have gone to Italy. If there is, maybe you have been there. It's a Roman city that is mostly as it was 2,000 years ago, was preserved by the eruption of the Vesuvius. And it's a very beautiful place. We all go there since very, very close to my house, and we go there very many times. And I was also surprised because now, here when I live in Taipei, I live actually below another volcano. It is the Yamishan. This is a picture I found on the internet, which I also, this is another thing that reminds me of my hometown, also a volcano, and also is active volcano. I have there, Yamishan. I would like to go there. And my little presentation is over, and I hope it was not too boring. And so this is what I wanted to say. Yes, we arrived here and we felt very much welcome from the city, welcome from the people. Also working with the Taiwanese companies, with government, have been very, very pleased for me. Very interesting also to know more about the Taiwanese culture. And also, just 2 days ago, I went to another event to speak about Italian food culture and to share a few images of what actually people maybe think how they perceive Italian food. And maybe we can do the same game today. I don't know if you feel like interacting a little bit with me. I don't know if you like that idea, because I think I am also, maybe I have a few pictures already about that. We were talking in this event I had about how you perceive from Taiwan. How do you think about Italian food? Let's say maybe you can raise the hand if you like to do this game. How many of you perceive Italian food as a fine dining experience? How many? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many think about it as I'll show you a picture about more casual dining. I'll show what I mean. You see. Oh, this I mean, this is what I intend when I say fine dining, and this is what I say casual dining. How many of you think about one or the other? Let's say how many casual dining. This is I think it's very popular, right? But there is another thing that I see not many people perceive, and that also the Italian food is also street food. Is very much street food. How many of you thought about Italian food as a street food? I'm curious. Just one person. Okay. Because actually it's very, very, very popular. We have a lot of street food. There are actually places where there are so many. It's that's also very similar to Taiwan, because you go into the market, you have so many small places, small shops, and all this carry around food. Also, that is very similar. And then also I show you something kind of old. This is a tradition, okay, of the Italian way of making noodles. Okay, these are spaghetti. And also this is related to my hometown, because actually where I live from is very famous for making pasta. Dry pasta. It's called gragnana. You can actually find find here in your supermarkets. When you go, you can see this kind of pasta, dry pasta made from Italy. It's totally the same that you buy in Italy. And in the ancient time, the process that they actually dry the pasta was made like this: just hang something like clothes on the street to dry. And that was very important, let's say, invention, because, as you do in Taiwan, I'm very surprised. The way you do pasta is just the same as you do the old ladies they do in Italy. Also in the marketplace, I go and I buy a fresh pasta. It's just the same as in Italy. But one thing that actually was invented there in Guyana was to make it dry, so it could last longer. Much longer, and also because they were sailors, they could bring with them sailing on the sea. Okay, and this is a big tradition, of Italian tradition. And so also I'm very impressed, and I'm sharing about this, and I'm very curious to understand. I think someone should study that, how it is possible that you have such different places, some different cultures, and they do something like making noodles so the same exact way. And I've actually looked at pasta makers here, the noodle makers here in the market, and the technique is the same. Also, when I cook, when I use it, I cannot tell the difference, and that's very, very curious for me. And I thought it was very fascinating. I would like to learn more about that. How it came up to be so similar to during the centuries, right? So, and then I don't know if maybe someone will ask me something. I would like to have more interaction. Maybe if there is someone who would ask some questions, something that I would like to know. Yes, you should, please.
And let's get.
Yes, I don't know if it's me because the connection's kind of poor.
In
No, I don't know if anyone else can
I'm really
hear
worried
because Domino's.
I'm really interested in the flavor of the pizza. Can you see that?
Yes.
In Taiwan, this flavor, this kind of pizza, seems to be the most fundamental and basic. Everyone eats that. But people said that in Italy, no one is like that. No one eats the pizza with pineapple and ham together. How do you think about that? Italian people will be curious. Let me show you another one. Okay. I think Taiwanese people
Yeah,
are
maybe
very
we have lost Shirley. But I know where she was going. I think I should know.
innovative. We like to create
Shirley, I'm
new
sorry, I cannot
flavors
hear you.
of pizza. So this one, have you ever tried that?
No, I know. I'm not even sure what it is actually.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. weird. Okay. We have, let me try to find it. So we have this is a story. This is cake on the filling on top of the pizza, and the coriander. You see that? Coriander.
Yes. Thank you for this suggestion, because I have seen because you have two styles basically. You have been influential here. I have studied that a little bit for my work, because the first wave of pizza.
Are you willing to word you think that it's disgusting and you never want to try that?
Yes, I think it's disgusting. I don't want to try it. Yes, but to be honest, I have tried some also pineapple pizza, since I'm here, but I've been all over the world, so I've tried some. But yes, this is definitely not some Italian. It's not in our way how we think about pizza. Definitely not. But I think and here in Taiwan you have two waves. You have the American way, okay? It came with Domino's, with the Pizza Hut, and all that kind. They say the style. So basically, you put everything on the pizza, wherever, anything. So you just anything you come up in your mind, you put it on the pizza, and that's the way, mostly American way. It's also adapted to Taiwanese taste. So you maybe pig blood, okay, which I've tried, but it's not my favorite. So I would not even try it on the pizza. But if you like it, it's okay. But the other way, and I found it here in Taiwan, it's actually authentic. You have many places that do pretty much authentic Italian pizza. Maybe some little differences, and they call it orthodox. There are many. I was so surprised. Not only the one owned by Italian, but actually many owned by Taiwanese. They are pretty much the same as you eat in Italy. Actually, pretty good, I might say. So that's two ways, and I think going back to what I was trying to say before is that the big difference is that Italian food tends to be more simple, very simple, very few ingredients, fresh, not too many flavors, not too many contracts, especially the everyday food, the casual dining food is very simple. Not too many things. While American style, you have more things, more, and I think more or less also for what I try to see now, also Taiwanese food is not. It's kind of simple, right? Yes, you have a few ingredients blend together, not too extreme, except a few exceptions that I've tried. No, I don't know if you agree with me. Please, if there is anyone else who wants to ask something.
Can I ask
sure,
a
please.
question? Does Italian eat ice cream in the morning? Is that true?
Okay, good question. I think in Italy there's no a specific moment of the day that you eat gelato. You ice cream anywhere, whenever you feel like it. Okay, in the summertime, maybe you eat in the morning. If you want to have breakfast with gelato, it's fine. There's a tradition in Sicily to have breakfast, not actually gelato, but with granita, which is more or less shaved ice. Okay, so they like it like that way. But it's very, very common that you go for a walk and you buy a gelato and you eat whenever, in the evening, before lunch, after lunch, in the afternoon, after dinner, whenever. Because there are so many gelateria, so many places that sell gelato, so you just walk around, and it's kind of classic. Let's say it's classic street food because it's everywhere, and you eat on a cone walking. Okay, so you buy and walk. You can also have in the store, but it's more rare. It's the very classic way of having it. If you go to Rome, there are so many. Also, it's very typical to grab a cone on gelato and you walk around the center of Rome, Piazza Navona. There is a very famous gelateria near the Pantheon, which is a big monument in Rome. So,
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for the question. Don't be shy. Ask anything you feel like. Xina.
Hello, good evening. I have a few questions for you. Since you are from southern Italy, how different do you think it is from the northern Italy? And the second question would be that most Taiwanese know Rome, Venice, and like Milan. And what other places would you recommend us to go for our first trip in Italy? Thank you.
Okay. What I think the difference, it's a very sensitive question, but what I think, I don't want to be too obvious, but they say that in southern Italy, people are more, let's say, more warm, and possibly the way of living is more relaxed, perhaps chaotic. It's more chaotic. There's not so much, order. It's yes, so many people in the street, maybe loud, and so on. The life is a little more. You see, the weather is good, so it's a little more active and more also a little bit more dangerous. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. The south of Italy is a little bit more dangerous than the north in general. While the north, they say it's usually the people are more calm, and they don't. It's a little less crowded the street, and also the weather is a little bit more rainy. It's colder, so the people tend to be maybe a little bit less joyful compared to the south. But they work harder. That's the hearsay. Okay, so people in the south, it's almost a joke. People in the south, they like to enjoy life and to have good fun, and while in the north, they like to work harder, and so they are more serious, generally speaking. But it's a way of saying more than anything else. And for the second part of your question, I know Venice obviously is beautiful, Roma, Milano, fantastic cities, but I am attached to the south of Italy, so I can suggest a few places that I think you will like. First, where I'm from, Napoli and all the coast of Sorrento, and which is beautiful if you like to go to the beach and you like to do the sun, good weather, and that's a beautiful place to go. Also beautiful landscapes and history and nature was very beautiful. And also another place also further to the south is Sicily, and where it's very hot and very dry, and very ancient ruins from the ancient Greece, and and also very good food and different food. Also, this is something maybe it's not very obvious to you, that the food is very different between the south of Italy and the north of Italy. You have big differences, region by region, and also because of the influences that there are different, let's say, invasion, conquests that happened in Italy. So the south part, especially Sicily, which is an island, it was conquered by Arabs, so from the culture of the Middle East. So you have this influence from the North Africa, and spices, and also the way they consume seafood is different. And also sweets are very, very typical in Sicily, very different from any other part of Italy. And so that's, I think, it's a worthy place to visit. And you have many very ancient towns in Sicily that have worked, and they have the difference, beautiful art, and that's I think you should not forget about that place. Also because if you like to go to the beach, that's beautiful too. As you know, maybe
Thank
you know
you so
that.
much.
Do you know arancini? That's the thing. It's a food that you should like because it's very. Do you have heard of it? I'll show you. Basically, it's a fried rice ball. Okay, and I think you should like it. Can you see the picture? You see the picture?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So this is very, very famous. One of my favorite food, actually. This is a rice ball filled with meat and mozzarella cheese and fried. It's very good. Okay. I think here's something like similar to this, but not fried. You should try to fry. It's very good. And this is a typical Sicilian food. And they have many flavors. It's very good.
Looks yummy.
Huh? Looks
The food you recommend looks yummy.
yummy. Yeah, it is yummy. Yes, I love it. And I think it's not very different also from the way you are used to. So I think it's very, very easy also for you to enjoy. Yes, I think it should be, because if you can have a pizza maker in the street with you could do that because it's very easy. Anyone else? Don't be shy. Anything? Tieni.
Can I ask, like, someone told me that Italians really hate Starbucks and they will never go to Starbucks. So I want to ask, is that true and why?
No, it's I think it's an extreme exaggeration, because I go to Starbucks. I have no problem to going to Starbucks, and my daughter loves Starbucks. Because she likes the drinks and everything. Now, the difference is the way actually Italian people are used to drink coffee, I think. And it's that we have so many small coffee shops, and we usually only drink espresso, and mainly drink espresso. So it's a way, also a kind of a national pride, let's say, because we feel like coffee is an Italian thing. So many people, they don't like to think that you should go to American corporation to have coffee. So I think it's more about that. But personally, I think going to Starbucks is not terrible. Actually, Starbucks has a few places not in Rome. I think only in Milan. Yes, mainly probably meant for young generation and for foreigners. But it's a different way of selling coffee. Yes, and maybe many, especially older generation, they feel like it's strange to have a Starbucks coffee in Italy, or they will not like to go there because they think it's a bad coffee. But it's just a different way of making coffee. So yes, maybe I don't like Starbucks coffee, regular coffee, very much either. But I don't hate necessarily the store. Okay, I hope I answered the question because of every situation.
So like in older generation, I might think because Italian is the like origin country for the coffee, so they don't want other countries' brand. Is it?
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
or is it
Yes.
because it's easy for like everyone to make their own coffee, so they don't necessarily go to the like expensive shop? Is Starbucks selling in an expensive price compared to other coffee shop in Italy?
You know that I don't know because I have never been to a Starbucks in Italy. Not because I don't want to or I have anything against it, but just because it's not in my town. So I've never had the chance to go because there are very few shops in Italy of Starbucks. I think only in Milan, if I'm not mistaken, must be only 3 or 4 in Milano. And I never been there. But you are right. So many places do coffee very good. So many people don't feel like the necessity to go. And also, if I don't know, but if a Starbucks is more expensive, also people will think twice to go before going. But I think they have to lower prices. I think because if they want to survive, I think. Otherwise, no one will ever go there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I don't know how to read that.
Hello.
Hello.
How do you say "how are you" in your language?
How are you? Come stai?
Come stai?
Come stai?
Okay, so it's a question, right?
I'm sorry?
It is just like English. It's a question.
It's a question, yes.
Okay, come stai. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, one thing I was about coffee. One thing I was asked was if in Italy we put or not sugar in coffee, and then I think maybe it's interesting for you because some coffee places, especially in Napoli, they actually put sugar by default into your coffee. Also, I don't like it because I like it without sugar. But there are a few places, and now they are becoming less and less frequent. But there, when I was younger, I remember that it was more common that actually they give you the coffee with sugar by default, and I mean espresso, you know. So also because maybe you don't know that, but in Italy when you ask for coffee, by definition is espresso. It's actually hard to find American coffee, the big cup. Very few places do that. If they do that very bad. So they don't know how to do it. And because basically it's only espresso. If you go any bar in Italy, maybe in Roma, they know how to do Americano, but normally it's only espresso, and they put a little bit of sugar in it. So you have to stop them if you don't want it. If you want a different kind, of sweetener. I don't know if that was something interesting for you. Cindy?
I have this question because in Taiwan, students that normally go to cram school after school for like different classes, different subjects. What about in Italy? Do parents, okay, first thing, do you have things like cram school in Italy? And do parents, like to put students or send students to cram schools for more studying at night?
Okay, no, okay, I see. Yes, I it's a nice question because I discussed also with friends here about this difference. We do put our kids to use a supplemental, let's say, school, but it's not very common, and we usually we do only if our children have, let's say, problems with some subjects. If they do not perform very well because maybe they don't like that subject, or maybe they have trouble understanding, and so we help them up after the school with some extra effort, extra classes, but generally not night. When we say night, we say after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But no, we don't do that. Usually, we don't do that. I know that in Taiwan they do. Also, I know that also other Asian countries like Japan, Korea, they tend to do that, and to have kids go to extra classes also late at night, maybe. So no, that's something that's not very common in Italy. So exists at all. But but we do also, maybe we have like this tendency to but as you do to have them also have some other activity after the school, like if there is some subject that they do not do at school, let's say maybe we want to have them learn English better, so we send them to English school, or maybe piano lessons, all the sorts of things. But it's more any family does it differently. But yes, that's it. And we usually we trust. Generally, we trust the way the school and the school system works. So we don't want to, we usually don't send people to math, to have classes in math or other subjects like that, unless they have problems at school. Otherwise, they just follow the school visual method and the school way of teaching.
Okay, and if kids, they don't have to go to cram school in the evening or at night, so what do kids normally do? I mean, elementary school kids, junior high school, senior high school kids, what do they normally do to spend the night?
I don't know. Elementary school, well, I don't know. They go to the park, they play.
Okay.
When they have done with their homeworks, and yes, they play. They watch the television a lot. My daughter also here, she sees a lot of television, and they're young, but they have sports or this kind of activities.
But it's in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening, like now, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, something like that. What do kids usually do at home?
What they do at home, 7, 9 o'clock, they have dinner and then they go to bed, and then maybe they watch some television with the family.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And so junior high school, senior high school students are, pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think that when they grow older, they are more independent and they tend to go out with their friends more. or to play with the friends in their rooms, and maybe now that because I'm an older generation, but I'm sure that the younger generation, they spend a lot of time on their phones. And, okay. And
Same thing here in Taiwan. They spend like, tons of time with their cell phone and their friends on the internet.
Yes, but I when I was in the high school, I had a lot of free time. So after I had done all my own works, then I was with friends and we just hang out and we had fun.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to ask you that, are you feeling surprised to see so many drinks shop in Taiwan?
Drinks shop, you mean the one with the teas and everything?
Everywhere we have bubble milk tea.
That was surprising.
Yeah, and have you tried?
Yes, of course. Yes, I've tried. I've tried many. And also, my daughter, she likes. She's the one who always wants to go to the drinks shop. And she likes all the mango, passion fruit stuff, the kind of things. And and also because I don't like too much sweet things, maybe I think I usually take like oolong tea or maybe black tea. But one flavor, it's very nice. It's very nice because you have so many different. Everybody has his own, and it's also interesting. It's fun to go different places and try different things, and there are so many things to try. So also this thing that you put all these jellies and the bubbles and everything in the drink.
And you can choose like a sugar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The first time, honestly, many times, in the first month and a half that I was here, all the time I went to order, it was a mess, a big mess, because it was difficult to understand all the things that I could do, and the sugar and the ice, and the bubble, yes or not, and this and that, and so. But it was fun. Everybody was always very, very nice and patient with me. So it was turning out. And one thing that for me was very nice. It's the bag, the carry. I think I had one. They gave me this nice little bag, right, to carry the drink, right?
Really?
Yes, I don't know how to describe it. For sure for you it's obvious, but it was like a bag,
Oh, it's like something like this.
Yeah,
circle.
Yes, a circle bag, right? They have the paper, right? But they gave me this very nice made of clothes, maybe jeans was like kind of blue jeans with a handle to bring the drink. That was very, very unique to me, to have the bag to carry the drink.
Wow.
I don't know if I made myself clear.
Yeah, I think okay.
Anyone
have questions? Thank you.
Someone has the microphone out. Yes, please. Anne. The microphone, so computer is broken, so I just posted my question here. What is the best way to order pizza takeaway from a famous pizza shop in Napoli? Forget which pizza shop, but the pizza was indeed really good. They had an order place outside, but even I say hi to the staff, didn't pay attention for me 10 minutes, then finally asked what I want. What should I say to be cool and appropriate to the local, attract their attention to get to my order? I don't know what the kind of experience you had. You wanted the pizza takeaway. I don't understand. Maybe you can clarify. You wanted to just to eat there, or you want just takeaway? But you just say buongiorno. ni hao, and they will take care of you. Maybe they were confused as much as you were because they didn't know what you wanted to do. Probably, maybe they thought you only were looking to the menu. I don't know. No, maybe next time you go way more decisively to the guy that wants the order and ask. Probably you can do just that. I don't know what happened, but sometimes places stay a little bit lazy. It can happen. Maybe they have no very good stuff to share. Maybe. After COVID, this is a very nice question. Yes. Very good question. I read for everyone. Could you share how the lifestyle in Italy has changed after COVID? Or is everything back to the original, like shake hands, exchange kisses on the cheeks between family, friends, and each other? Now that all the restrictions are ended. I should say that for what I've seen now, I'm not in Italy for 4 months, but we were back to normal, mainly back to normal. And there were, but we were mainly back to normal. But still, there is maybe a little bit more of attention when you say hello, maybe to strangers. Let's say that, because touching, kissing on the cheek, and everything else, hugging. It was very part of our way of say hello, and it's very, very intimate to us. With friends, we hug a lot, we kiss a lot, so it's very common. And during COVID, we had troubles with that. Okay, for us was a kind of very very sad that we cannot kiss goodbye to our friends or hug our friends. Also with family people. Okay, especially the elder people. We did not want to endanger them with COVID, so we could not hug our grandfathers, grandmothers, also our mothers and fathers. And for us, it was a very bad feeling if you cannot do that. But after COVID, we were kind of very quickly back to normal. But still, me personally, but I've seen a few people also. They create a little bit more of distance than before, because it got into your mind, many people's mind, that you have to be a little bit more distant. Social distancing, they say. Okay, so it's you still have, I think, yes, you still have a little bit of, you're a bit anxious. You're not sure if if it's okay to shake hands. I think it's gone, but to hug, to kiss, that's still, you have a little bit of you think about it a little bit more than before. But that said, if you go to Italy, you will see everybody kissing and hugging anyway. But I think it's more between persons that are more closer. Okay, let's say the circle where it's okay to do that, it's a little bit smaller than before. Was it clear, my explanation, what I mean? Because maybe before you were a little bit more warm with other people outside your circle. You didn't know. Hope I made myself clear. But it's a very nice question, very good question. And it actually might depends from person to person, of course. I got it. Yeah. What is the things needed to watch out for when traveling in Sicily, like etiquette to taboos? I don't know. Only thing I can say, you are very, very. I don't think Taiwanese people will have any problem with etiquette going in Italy anywhere. So I think you just do whatever you think it's normal to do here. You'll be fine. Only one thing you should not do. You should be careful of doing when you go to Italy in general, specifically south of Italy. You have to be a little bit more cautious about your belongings. I'm sorry to do that, but it's very easy for East Asian people to get robbed, and because you have a little bit less, because you're used to a very safe society, very safe environment, and so, but you might be target for pickpocketing, burglars like that, and get robbed. So unfortunately I have some Japanese friends, because I have a few Japanese friends that were robbed in Italy, and because they were not very careful about their things. They just left it maybe on the seat of the bus, you see, and maybe someone comes and gets your stuff, and that's very unfortunate. But that's a part. If you're just careful, then you'll be fine, and nobody will think that you are unpolite, or no. I don't think you will break any taboos in Sicily. So just be relaxed. Enjoy. And I have a question for you, because I would like to know that. How many of you actually cook at home? How many cook? Do you cook? Many people here, right? And not too many, just 3. Really? I see. For me, this is very shocking. And also, I have colleagues, and when I ask a few things, people are too busy to cook. And I don't know if it's too busy. I think because it's so convenient to buy food outside, it's so very convenient. And also, because for me, my family in general, the people in Italy, we always cook. Everybody cooks. And also because buying food in outside, it's very expensive. So we cook, and also when people was talking to people here, and many don't cook. I was very surprised, and also because I have this in my mind that mothers, Asian mothers, they do cook. And please, you wanna say something? No, it was because you cook, and I have this in my imagination. This because I haven't told you that, but because I've studied Japanese culture in my university, and so I read a little bit about Japan culture, Japan way of doing it. So I have this imagination of a Japanese mother who makes rice in the morning and makes the breakfast for the kids. Then they come back from school and they have everything ready. And they cook a lot, and so I have this imagination. But when I came here, I spoke with some friends and colleagues. Nobody cooks. Nobody ever cooks. And so I was very surprised. And so because for my work also, I wanted to, we very often, to promote Italian food, we share a video lesson, okay, for recipe, how to make Italian food at home. But then we discussing people, we felt like, I felt that it was pointless because you don't even cook your own food. I mean, Taiwanese food at home. How can you actually translate to something so different if you have no you don't have the habit to cook and experiment. And so yes, it was very, for me that was very, very surprising. And I think because you have maybe the reason is that it's very easy to buy. Cindy, you want to say something?
Yeah, as you say, you cook when you were in Italy, and now you're in Taiwan. Yeah. And buying food is so convenient, and food is everywhere. Yes. Do you still cook as often as before?
Yes, that's a very good question. And I tell you a little story, because we live near Sri Lanka market, okay? And there are many markets here. And there are so many shops, and we started by ready food, because it's so inexpensive, it's very cheap, and it's very good too. So we were so surprised. And one day, it was Sunday. My wife went to the marketplace and bought roasted fish, and it was so good. And I asked her, I said, "Is it so good? I could not make it this way. It's this good, because roasted fish is a tricky food to make." And I asked her, how much was it? I don't remember now. It was like 200 NT, maybe something like that. Maybe 2, 3. I don't think it was more than 200. And unbelievable. We should not cook anymore. So yes, I cook less than I used to cook when I was in Italy. Yes, but still we cook for our daughter, because she likes mama the way mama does. Yeah. But we do pasta, we do this kind of stuff at home. But we buy so much now. Yes, also very normal food, and also because I like it. So yes, yeah, I'm reverting back to not cooking. I'm doing like you do, but still let's say we do it half of the time. Okay, half day we cook, half day we don't. Something like that. So,
Okay. So I think now we should have a group photo together.
Yes.
Yeah. So please, everyone, open the camera. Hi. Okay. I'm going to count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smile. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's today. Or more questions? Okay, so I think everyone knows more about Italy tonight.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, Luigi, so much for sharing. Hope your family will have enjoy your time in Taiwan.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was very nice.
Okay, so before everyone go away, please open up your microphone and camera to say thank you and goodbye. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Good
Good
night.
night. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you.
Bye.
Hope you liked it.
Yeah,
Bye.
nice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay. Night.